Hare Krishna, good evening, and welcome all of you all for the first match of the semi-finals of our Krishna Premier League. Much awaited semi-finals. Of course, all the players put the best in the semi for the heats, but now let's see what the semi-final has in store for all of them. So now it's four teams who have reached the semi-finals. Out of that, two are going to have a match today. One is Dwarkadish Super Kings versus Vrindavan Royals. There are some additions to the existing rules which was there. The details will be given by our host Jigar Prabhuji, but the most important addition which we are going to have over here is winning the toss is going to become a most priority thing, because the team or the captain which wins the toss can choose the question set. There will be six question sets for the first two matches for the first match. So he can choose the set which he wants, and another additional will be he can choose the set and give it to the opponent team for him to play. So that's the best addition of making the game a more peppy for us. So that's the best thing. And there are other further rules, stringent rules for the semifinals. Definitely, it is not going to be as lenient as it was in the heats. So over to Jigar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam.
Done.
Yes, Prabhuji, as you rightly said that the semifinals would be tougher than the heats, and I can see that butterflies are flying in the stomach of every individual and every players rather. So we have Dwarkadish Super King, and the captain from Dwarkadish Super King is Samrat Kedia Prabhuji, and against Dwarkadish Super Kings is Vrindavan Royals, and the captain is Priya Singh Mataji. So before we go ahead with the toss, I would like to reiterate the rules. As you rightly said that this time winning the toss would be crucial for both the teams, because if somebody is winning the toss, there are two things which they can do. One is they can opt for going ahead with the question rounds first or second, and secondly they can select the question sets out of the 6 question sets which you have prepared, Prabhuji. So there would be a choice of 1 to 6, so they can select the question set for themselves and the second question set for the opponent team. So this would be quite interesting to watch, and this did not happen in the heats, so I think this would be a good thing. And going ahead with the rules, the number of chapters this time have been increased from 10 to 15. So for the semifinals, this time we have chapter number 51 to chapter number 65 for the semifinals. So if anybody who is watching live on Facebook and would want to refer to these chapters, for the answers, they can, rightly do so, and gain some knowledge. Now, most interesting thing is the tiebreaker questions. We have seen during the heat sessions that both the parties had prepared really well, and like there were like 6 questions answered by both the teams, and the match went for a tie. So this time we have tiebreaker questions also. So there would be 3 set of tiebreaker questions, and the timing to answer this tiebreaker questions have also been reduced from 30 seconds to 20 seconds. And so that would be a decider to break the tie. And if the preparations are really good from both the teams, there could be chances that those questions would also be answered correctly by both the teams. So in that scenario, what we would be doing is we would be checking the previous match versus for both the teams. Sorry. So for example, if after even after answering the tiebreaker questions, the match goes for a tie, then the previous match would be checked, and whoever had won that match would be considered a winner. If that match was also a tie, then it would be a difficult one. Then I think the run rate would be counted to decide who would be the winner. So this is how we have collated the new rules for the semifinals, and let's see how the team fares with these new rules.
There'll be
Okay.
a max of 3 tiebreakers, and I'm sure within 3 tiebreakers, some result should come out. And of course, another point which I would like to add on to Jigarpur's statement, and that is even the tiebreaker question can be chosen by the person who wins the toss. I think this is the maximum I can offer to the person who can win the toss in this match. Okay. Yes,
Okay.
Jigarpur.
Yeah. So having said that, Prabhuji, I would quickly go ahead and share the screen, and I would like to ask ladies first, captain from Vrindavan Royals, whether she would want to opt for heads or tails. Please take a call.
Tails.
Okay, so tails is a call from Priya Singh Mataji, and I will flip the coin. Okay, tails is it? Okay, so you select what you want to do.
1 second, let me share my screen, and my question sets will be shared like this. Yes, there are 6 sets of questions you can see very well. Set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So which set would you like to play, Manoj? Vrindavan Royals would like to play which set?
Prabhuji, I think we will go with number 2, and the Dwarkadish should go with number 5.
Number 5. Okay, fine. So let me rename the set for the match. It will be Vrindavan Royals will be set 2, right? And set 5 will be for DSK. So the renaming has been done in front of you. So fine. So you will go for batting first, or you would like to?
Prabhuji, we will go first.
You'll go like to go first. So let's open the question set for Vrindavan Royals, and the questions will be starting as per the system. The first question for Vrindavan Royals. So all Vrindavan Royals, keep your videos on, and Dwarkadish Super Kings can switch off their videos. Yes, the first question is. Let me break the screen a little bigger. When neither Krishna nor Balram, who took her, nor the Brahmana, who took her message, appeared, Rukmani was full of anxiety and began to think how fortunate she was. Oh, sorry, how unfortunate she was. What were the various thoughts which came in her mind?
Prabhuji, I'm sorry to interrupt. Prabhuji, the question sets have not been screen shared.
Yes, Prabhuji, I too cannot see.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Is it screen shared now?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Okay. When neither Krishna nor the Brahmana who took her message appeared, Rukmani was full of anxiety and began to think how unfortunate she was. What were the various thoughts which came in her mind? Your time starts now.
Who would like to go with it?
Prabhuji, I'll answer this question.
Okay.
Prabhuji, when Rukmini saw that neither Krishna nor the Brahmana had returned, she thought that how she was full of anxiety, and she was full of anxiety, and she started thinking how unfortunate she was. She thought that might be Krishna has found a reason to be dissatisfied with her, and has and had rejected her fair proposal. And she was also because of this disappointment, the Brahmana also must have not come back. She also thought that the demigods, she had not worshipped the demigods such as Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma.
Very good.
And they have become angry. Normally it is said that when demigods are not worshipped properly, they become angry and they get displeased. And she thought that they must have tried to frustrate her plan. And she thought that she has not worshipped, since she did not worship Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva very much. Yeah, the same thing, they must have got displeased with her and tried to frustrate her plan. Similarly, goddess Durga, who is wife of Lord Shiva, she must have taken the side of her husband.
Very good.
Yeah, and Shiva is considered to be Rudra, and goddess Durga is regarded as Rudrani. So Rudra and Rudrani are supposed to be who are accustomed to put another in distress to cry forever.
Okay. And what
And
else?
yeah, that's it.
Okay. There are 4 reasons or 4 thoughts which came into the mind of Rukmani. There is only one night before the marriage and Krishna has not come. So might be she thought that perhaps Krishna has found a reason to not become displeased or reject her fair proposal. As a result, the Brahmana must have become disappointed and not come. Might be Krishna must have said no to the proposal, and that's the reason the Brahmana must have said, I would not like to come. Rukmani further thought that the demigods such as Brahma, Shiva, and goddess Durga might have been displeased, and generally when the demigods become displeased, they become angry. And this is because when they are not worshipped properly, they show their anger. Whereas that's the difference between God and demigod. Demigods, when they are served properly, they shower their mercy, but when they are not happy, they do not shower the mercy. Third, similarly, she thought that goddess Durga, the wife of Shiva, must have taken the side of her husband, because might be even if her husband has said no, and even if she wants to help him, she can't. Last but not the least, Rukmani was thinking of goddess Durga as Girija, the mountain or the daughter of Himalaya mountain. And the Himalaya mountains are very cold and hard. And she thought that goddess Durga was hard-hearted and cold. So you didn't mention the last point, Namrata Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, I forgot that point.
So we will be just giving you 1 point for this, because you out of 4 points, you mentioned 3 points. 2 points if you had mentioned, you got to get 1 point. If you mentioned 4 points, you would have got 2 points. So we can get 1 point, but well started, well played, well answered. And I'm very happy you remembered the sequence very well, very nicely. And the answer was good. But 1 point goes to Vrindavan Royals for this question. Mind you, semi-finals is going to be very tough. It's not going to be a charity round. No, not at all. There I used to help in the heats, but here I will not be helping. I'll be asking only the questions, and that's it. Okay. Nevertheless, the start was very nice. So we go to the next question for today evening and for Vrindavan Royals from set 2. The next question is, what is the importance of time described by Kartikeya to King Muchkunda? What is the importance of time described by Kartikeya to King Muchkunda? Your time starts now.
Priya Mataji. Priya Mataji.
Yes, yes.
I'm not able to recollect right now. I'm trying to recollect. Kartikeya.
Anyone else can?
कार्तिकेय ने काल के लिए
Acharya, I am giving you only a hint. My chance will go. Kal will take away everything. Kal,
Very
Kal
nice.
is something which is not conquerable. Anything material, immaterial, anything will be usurped by the Kal. Kal impacts everything.
Prabhuji, I would like to say now,
How you say?
when मुचुकुंदा जो थे वो बहुत टाइम के बाद जब वापस आए, मतलब उनको जब नींद खुल गई और उसके बाद से उनको ऐसा लगा, actually there are two things. One is when he was coming from the Indra, when he was in Indra's palace and he was about to come down. So he said कि मैं वापस अपनी पृथ्वी पे जाना चाहता हूँ और जाके मैं अपने राज्य से, मतलब अपनी रानी से अपना
नहीं, आप बैक स्टोरी मत, बैक मत बताइए. अब you just tell me what was the point here.
So the thing is, second thing is that कि उन्होंने बोला कि अब आप मतलब उन्होंने बोला मैं बहुत थक गया हूँ और मुझे पता नहीं मैंने कितना समय पास कर लिया है. So I want to sleep now. And I am so tired, exhausted कि मेरे को अभी ऐसा लगता है कि मुझे अभी गहरी नींद में सो जाना है. So उन्होंने अपना काल को ये कहा कि मैं अभी कुछ भी चीज मुझे मतलब वो नहीं आ रहा है और मुझे सिर्फ अभी सोना है बहुत गहरी नींद में क्योंकि मैं बहुत थक गया हूँ. तब कार्तिकेय ने कहा ठीक है कि आप जाके, नहीं मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है, बिल्कुल भी याद नहीं आ रहा है. आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकलेक्ट. Give me 2
The
minutes.
answer goes like this: time and tide waits for no man. Even if you return to your home, you will find no one living there. The influence of time is very strong. Time is so powerful because it is a representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Time is therefore stronger than the strongest. The influence of time can affect changes in subtle things without difficulty. No one can check the progress of time. As an animal tamer tames an animal during according to his will, time also adjusts things according to his own will. No one can subdue the arrangement made by the supreme time. So these are the things which was mentioned by Kartikeya to Muchkunda, King Muchkunda, when he asked how much of time I have been having. So I can just give 1 point because Vishal Agarwal gave the crux of the answer, but he didn't give the answer fully. So I can't give full 2 points. I can just give the crux. Yes. उन्होंने क्या बोला था? Time and tide नहीं, वक्त किसके लिए नहीं रुकता, right?
But Truptania is the strongest element which can control anything else.
Yes. So for this reason, I will be giving 1 point to Vrindavan Royals because yes, it is the strongest thing and वक्त किसके लिए रुकता नहीं है. But there are other things which you have to understand, that time is a representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita in the 11th chapter, I am Kala, I am time. And what is that? I am the all-devouring time. I harishya se kalam, harishya se sarvasa. I kill everything. I destroy everything. हम लोग सब एक एक पल से मर रहे हैं. जो भी जन्म ले चुका है एक एक पल से मर रहा है. So time is all-devouring. And it also has its influence on everything subtle and distinct. कहते हैं ना, वक्त के साथ सब कुछ बदल जाता है. Everything changes and it subdues. कितना भी घमंडी व्यक्ति क्यों ना हो, a proud man can also be made humble by the effect of time, and the time can play its own games. It's got its own ways of handling things. Anyhow, well tried. I can understand pressure is talking. This is all under pressure, batting under pressure. These are the things which happens. Nevertheless, you got 1 more point for this question. All the best for the next question. So the next question for Vrindavan Royals is why does Krishna say people can call me a vagabond? Why does Krishna say people call me a vagabond? And your time starts now.
Prabhuji, I would like to go with the answer.
Yes, Mataji.
Krishna said this while talking to Rukmini, and उन्हें लगा कि रुक्मिणी probably previous छोड़ देते हैं. Because Krishna was in the home of Nand Baba, and सबने सोचा कि कृष्ण जो है वो नंद बाबा के जैसे ही उनका राज्य देखेंगे, ग्वाल बाल बनेंगे. But then he left Nand Baba as well, and वहाँ की जितनी गोपियां थी उन सबको भी छोड़ के वो मथुरा आ गए. And then फिर सबको लगा कि कृष्ण जो है मथुरा में राज्य करेंगे. But then he also left Mathura and he came to Dwarka with all with all his relatives. And that is, and सबको ये भी लगा कि कृष्ण जो है वो राज्य भी अच्छे से करेंगे, and maybe as a husband he will take care of Rukmini. But then he also married 16,108 wives. So that is why he said that people can tell me vagabond.
Sure, lock कर दो. लॉक कर दूं?
प्रभु जी कर दो, अब कर ही दो.
Although I am on the throne of Dwarka, I have no immediate claim. Although I got a kingdom by killing my maternal uncle Kamsa. The kingdom was to go to my grandfather. So actually, I have no possessions of a kingdom. Besides that, I have no fixed aim in my life. People cannot understand me very well. What is the ultimate goal of my life? They know very well that I am a cowherd boy in Vrindavan. People expected that I would follow in the footsteps of my foster father, Nanda Maharaj, and be faithful to Radharani and to all our friends in the village of Vrindavan. But all of a sudden, I left Vrindavan. I wanted to become a famous king. Still, I could not have any kingdom, nor could I rule as a prince. People are bewildered about my ultimate goal of life. They do not know whether I am a cowherd boy or a prince, whether I am the son of Nanda Maharaj or son of Vasudeva. Because I have no fixed aim in my life, people call me a vagabond. 2 full points goes to Vrindavan Royals. Well answered. The answer was to the point. Only thing is, it's all under pressure. You all are things are evaporating very fast from the mind. I can see that. But yes, Krishna said very true. I am from Nanda Baba. People thought I will follow Nanda Baba, but I will never leave Vrindavan. But I left Vrindavan. I came here. I mean, his life is totally, apparently he projected his life to be as if something totally messed up. But it was not a messed up life. It was all a Leela which he was playing. So, very well. Anyhow, well answered, Priya Singh Mataji, and full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. So we go to the 4th question for today evening, and let's see what Vrindavan Royals can do. The 4th question. Why did Krishna, the Ranchora, leave the battlefield and run? Why did Krishna, the Ranchorji, leave the battlefield and run? And your time starts now.
Prabhuji, this I will answer.
Okay.
So, Prabhuji, there were 2 reasons. First, this time Jarasandh had come. This time Jarasandh had come with 23 Akshini Senas, and already like there was lot of killing happened. So to prevent killing, Krishna left the battlefield. And to prevent killing, Krishna left the battlefield, and he had more different important businesses to attend. And also the second thing is that he knew that there was a confidential letter of Rukmani waiting for him. So as Rukmani was his future wife.
लॉक कर दूं और कुछ बोलना है आपको? Your time.
Also, and to prevent killing and Prabhuji.
Yes, और कुछ?
Prabhuji, can I add something?
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
Also, Prabhuji, he acted like a normal, ordinary human being, and he was not although afraid of Jarasandh, and he could also even fight with Jarasandh without his Mithya, and so that's why.
Anybody wants to add from your team?
Prabhuji, I'll add. Even though he could have killed Jarasandh and the Sena very well, still he was ready to take the blame of being a Ranchor, because he was exploring his quality of renunciation.
Yes, very nice. Full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. Well completed. Very nice. The only 2 crux in this whole answer is, the rest are all masala. There are only 2 crux. One is he had a very important thing to be done. He wanted to attend the confidential letter sent by Rukmani. So he didn't want to waste his time fighting with that idiot, Jarasandha. And पहला first wife, ये सब काम तो चलते रहेगा, पहले बीवी को नहीं छोड़ना है उनको, कृष्ण को. So first he wanted to attend Krishna, wanted to attend Rukmani's letter. Second is, yes, he wanted to show his opulence of renunciation. Lord has got 6 opulences: Balwan, Dhanwan, Rupan, Gyanwan, Aishwaryavan, Vairagyavan. And Vairagyavan दिखाना चाहते थे, मैं किसी चीज से आसक्त नहीं हूँ, I'm not connected to anything, I'm totally renounced. It's not the question of power. 17 times उसने जरासंध को हराया था. So what was that big deal? 18th time नहीं हरा सकते थे क्या? He just was too busy. Got to meet my first love letter of the world is going to be written by Rukmani to Krishna. It's called the first love letter. Okay. So the love letter was to be written, and he wanted to collect that love letter. This idiot will keep on coming and fighting and troubling the people of Mathura. So he knew that he will handle any time. So that was the answer. So full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. I was just wondering how I can give this more full points, because there was an important line which was still remaining. And thanks to, I think, both the time, I think Vishal Agrawal ji has been very, saving the team from getting the, once it was 0, so at least he saved. And second time it was full 2 points. So very well answered. So 2 more questions left for Vrindavan Royals. So I hope you make the maximum.
Haribol, Vishal Prabhuji, 2 chances over.
I know,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
yes,
I was saying that only.
Yes.
I have used my 2 chances.
Yes. I know. Actually, I don't need scorers. Both teams are waiting to maintain the quorum very well. Okay, so we go to the next question for the Vrindavan Royals, and the question is, let me share the question. Share, and the question for Vrindavan Royals. The 5th question for the evening is, why did a great devotee like Akrura and Kritavarma join Satadhanva's conspiracy to kill Satyajit and take away the jewel? Why did the great devotees like Akrura and Kritavarma join Satadhanva's conspiracy to kill Satyajit and take away the jewel? Your time starts now.
Prabhuji, can I answer?
Prabhuji,
Who's answering? Arnav, your signal is very poor. Okay, tell me.
Riya, go ahead. I'll answer if you can't.
No, you answer. It's fine.
Hey, don't waste time, huh? Fast. One of you decide.
I'm answering.
Okay.
Prabhuji, the inhabitants of Vrindavan had cursed Akrura because he had taken God away from them. That is the reason he had to join this sinful act of stealing the jewel. And can you repeat the question, the name of the second guy?
Kritavarma joined Satadhanva. Akrura and Kritavarma joined Satadhanva to kill Satyajit.
Kritavarma, because although he was a devotee, he was associated to Kamsa, so that's why, because of his contaminated past, contaminated association, he had to join this sinful act.
Full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. Perfect answer. Although Akrura was a great devotee, he was cursed by the inhabitants of Vrindavan because he had taken Krishna away from their midst. Yes, jab Akrura had been sent by Kamsa to get Krishna for the Malla Yuddha, that is the wrestling match, all the gopis said, "You are not Akrura, you are Krura. Your name is wrongly kept. आपका नाम गलती से अक्रूरा रखा है, आपका नाम क्रूरा होना चाहिए, आप क्रूर हैं, you are very wicked." So they cursed him, and that cursing, that बोलते हैं ना वैष्णव अपराध जो उन्होंने किया था, छोटा सा वैष्णव अपराध, though it was not intentional, but that little वैष्णव अपराध was enough to get this mind bewildered. And last but not the least, Kritavarma, yes, though he was a devotee, continuous association of a person like Kamsa, इसके बोलते हैं जैसा संग वैसा रंग, you have to always be in a good association. He was in a bad association with Kamsa, and that's why he was contaminated with sinful reactions. That's why one may say, sir, I am not doing bad, but I'm associated with a person who is bad. That is equally bad. So why, that is why, it was very important in earlier days when parents used to say, please stay away from bad companions or bad friends. So that's very important, and that's the effect what we can see over here. Okay, full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals, and the last question for today evening for Vrindavan Royals. So who's going to take it? Let's see. Vrindavan Royals, the last question for today evening will be, why did Lord fight with Jamvan? When did Jamvan realize that he was fighting with Krishna the Supreme? What is the conclusion? Why did Lord fight with Jamvan? When did Jamvan realize that he is fighting with Krishna the Supreme? And what is the conclusion? Your time starts now.
Meeta Mataji, anyone?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, मैं आंसर देना चाहूंगी।
बोलिए।
कभी कभी भगवान को भी युद्ध करने का मन होता है, तो वो अपने योग्य भक्त को चूज करते हैं और उनके साथ वो फाइटिंग करते हैं। और
वेरी गुड, बोलिए।
जब कृष्ण को
Prabhu ji, can I add?
Yes, your chance left, so you can.
Yeah. Prabhu ji, जब माता जी ने व्हाट इज द कंक्लूजन तो दे दिया ऑलरेडी। जामवन को कृष्ण ने अपने योग माया से ढक लिया था, एंड दैट इज व्हाई ही कैन नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज कृष्णा जो उनके आराध्य थे राम अवतार में। जामवन जब कृष्ण संतुष्ट हो गए जामवन के युद्ध से, तो देन ही रिमूव दैट योग माया, और देन जामवन उनको पहचान पाए आफ्टर 28 days.
Why did Lord fight with Jamvan? Okay, when did Jamvan realize that he was fighting with Krishna the Supreme, and what is the conclusion?
जामवन जब बहुत थक गए 28 days के बाद, then he realized कि no one else could have fought with Jamvan for this long and survived. So then he realized he is fighting with the Supreme. Anybody would like?
क्या कोई कोई ऐड करना चाहता है तो ऐड कर सकते हैं, टाइम है आपके पास।
लास्ट ऑप्शन कर जो उसको करना है।
नम्रता माता जी, कुछ याद आ रहा है? नहीं है?
Okay, 10 seconds still left to go. Okay.
May I add?
You wait. When your turn will come, you can speak. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has all the potencies and the instinct of human being. Sometimes, in the positive, sportive spirit, he wishes to fight and make a show of a bodily strength when he so desires. He selected one of his suitable devotees to give them that pleasure. Krishna desired his pleasure of mock fighting with Jamban. Although Jamban was a devotee by nature, he did not know that his opponent was Krishna, while he gave the service to Lord by his bodily strength. As soon as Krishna was pleased by his fighting, Jamban immediately understood that his opponent was none other than the Supreme himself. The conclusion is that he could understand Krishna by service. By Krishna is something when Krishna is sometimes satisfied by fighting also. Full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. Yes. You rightly said, though it was by part and parcels. Half answer was given by Mithila Kumari Devidasi and half answer was given by Priya Singh Mataji. But yes, the answer was correct. Krishna just wanted to behave like a human being and wanted to have a वीर्य रस. यहाँ पे वीर्य रस का अनुभव लेना चाहते थे. He did Ranchorji because he wanted to do Shantaras. He wanted to experience Vairagyaras. It's Vairagyaras. That is renunciation he wanted to show in Ranchorji. But यहाँ पे he wanted to show was Viraras. That is, there are total 12 rasas in which Lord interacts with his devotees, and here he wanted to fight. And although Jamban was a devotee of the Lord, but he could not realize. But when Lord was pleased, he made him realize that he is none other than God. So, if one wants to realize that he is interacting with God or not, even that is not subjected or that is not in his hands, that is in the hands of the Lord. If Lord wants, he can make you realize that you are interacting with him. If Lord doesn't want, he cannot make you realize that you are interacting with him. Okay, well played, Vrindavan Royals. So what's your score?
10 points, Prabhuji, total.
Total 10 points. Well played. So nice target for Dwarkadish Super Kings. But I'm sorry. One second. Yes, Jigar Prabhu, you like to add anything for this? You like to add anything?
No, Prabhuji, kal hamara hai.
So you're praying.
No comments.
You're praying today. No, you want to add anything with respect to Facebook? The thing, people wanting to come to our website. We have a lot of people visiting our website on vedicbliss.in. And those who are further interested can come and attend our website, and we have got a quiz section in our website also, which they can play or they can have an experience over there. So that is the thing which I wanted to share with you all. So with this, we will request Vrindavan Royals to switch off the cameras and take a rest and pray to God that the opponent team also does well, but not as well as you all do it. Okay. Okay, Dwarkadish Super Kings, please switch on your videos. All of you will get ready. Yes, Samrat Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, target seems to be easy.
Not easy, Prabhuji, but we'll give it our best.
Yeah, okay, that's good. वही होना चाहिए, best ही होना चाहिए. But make sure that you all stick to the time format, and if there is some Hindi complicated words, then I think you will have to help me and guide me in translating it into English. And last but not the least, if half correct, mind you, this time I'm very strict with the marks. So all the best to Dwarkadish Super Kings. Hope you equal up, or then we can go for the tiebreaker round. No? Then koi maza aayega, mujhe to maza nahi aayega. Okay, so with this note, we would like to start the questions for Dwarkadish Super Kings, and the question for Dwarkadish Super Kings set 5 is what was chosen by your opponent captain, and the question is, what mistake did King Nigar do for which he fervently appealed to the Brahmanas not to curse his downfall to hell because of this mistake? What mistake did Nigar do for which he fervently appealed to the Brahmanas not to cause his downfall into hell because of his mistake? Your time starts now.
Prabhuji, can I answer?
Yes, you can answer.
Yes. King Nigar had given the cows to the Brahmanas, and one cow had gone from the Brahmanas' lot, and it had mingled with the others. And by mistake, not knowing that the cow had already been given away to another Brahmana, King Nigar had donated the cow to the same cow to another Brahmana.
Yes, very good.
And the Brahmanas feel insulted that their property had been taken away and it had been given to another Brahmana.
Okay. Because still got time. Anybody wants to add? Can add?
Pratiksha Mataji.
Last 5 seconds left.
Who was the backup for Raghav?
Time is over. Sorry. A Brahmana's property is called Brahma Seva. And according to Manu's law, it cannot be acquired even by the government. Both Brahmanas, however, insisted that the cow was theirs and could not be taken. Shraddha Mataji, please mute yourself. Cannot be taken under any condition. Neither of them agreed to exchange it for 1 lakh cows. This disagreement with the king's proposal, the two Brahmanas left the place in anger and thinking that their lawful possession has been surplused. So what the point, important crux of the point over here is law of Manu. Manu's law says that even powerful government cannot take the possessions of a Brahmana, and Brahmana's property is called as Brahmasav. So I'm sorry, I won't be able to give any full points to this. The story was right, but even the exchange value was not mentioned by Raghav, so I won't be able to give any points to Dwarkadish Super King because he didn't mention even 1 lakh cows in exchange of that 1 cow. So the story was perfectly told by Raghav, but that was not the answer which was expected for this question. The question was the Manu's law, which states that Brahmana's property is called as Brahmasav, and according to Manu's law, even the most powerful government cannot acquire a Brahmana's property. So both Brahmanas were fighting. This point was mentioned, but was not mentioning this point that king was ready to give in exchange of that 1 single cow, 1 lakh cows, which was very important. Thus, the disagreement of the king's proposal, the both Brahmanas left in anger. So this was the reason why he was begging and appealing to the Brahmanas not to get angry. So I'm sorry, the first question goes for a duck, but nevertheless, still you got enough to make up for. Let's go to the next question, and the next question for Dwarkadish Super Kings is who had sent the Brahmana messenger before Rukmani when he was in anxiety? What did he tell her? How did she react? Who has sent the Brahmana's messenger before Rukmani when she was in anxiety? What did she tell her? What did he tell her? How did she react? Your time starts now.
विवान और चंद्रकांत प्रभु कौन आंसर करेंगे?
नहीं प्रभु, नहीं हो रहा इसमें. Question समझ में नहीं आया मेरे को.
Prabhu, can you repeat the question once?
Yes, I'm stopping the timer for you and repeating the question again. Who has sent the Brahmana messenger before Rukmani when she was in anxiety? What did he tell her? How did she react? Simple. What did he tell her? What she reacted? Your time starts. Only 10 seconds left. Please be fast. Time over. Krishna, being the super soul of all living beings, could understand Rukmani was in anxiety. Therefore, he sent the Brahmana inside the palace to let her know that he has arrived. Very important point to understand this. It was None other than Krishna. But why did Krishna send him? Because he is a super soul and he knew what anxiety he was undergoing. She was in deep
Prabhuji,
anxiety. Yeah.
Prabhuji, I did not understand the question. This was from my chapter, but before Rukmani, I thought before sending to Rukmani, मतलब, I thought that it was before my chapter, like, you know, before Rukmani, वो मैं सोच लिया. So that was the reason. I misunderstood the question.
What did he tell her?
Before, okay. I misunderstood it.
Even a part of the answer, एक point तो मैं दे देता था.
I thought previous chapter, this is not from my chapter. I thought that before Rukmani sent the Brahmana with the message, before that ka question hai. I thought that. That's why I didn't.
No.
I
This
totally
is
misunderstood.
that's why who sent the Brahmana messenger before Rukmani when she was in anxiety. What did he tell her and how did she react? So the other part of the question explains the earlier part of the question also very nicely. That how did she react? Why would she react? Unless until there was some message, she would not react. And secondly, what did he tell her? At least even if it was that answer, at least you all could have tried the earlier part. If that was
Actually, I did not get the question. I thought मेरा chapter का ही नहीं है. That's why मतलब I totally before I thought before as in before. मतलब I knew this whole thing super soul सब पता था मेरे को. I thought before as in before this thing happened. This Brahmana कोई और story है. I thought that chapter 52 का. That's why I asked them 52 तुम लोग answer करो तुम लोग का chapter.
अच्छा.
This I knew that.
Okay, Krishna being the super soul of all living beings could understand that Rukmani was in anxiety. So he sent the Brahmana inside the palace so that by seeing her, her anxiety would be less. She would be confident that Krishna has arrived. Next, when Rukmani saw the Brahmana, she could understand the auspicious trembling in her body and immediately became elated. She smiled and inquired whether Krishna had already come. The Brahmana replied, Krishna has arrived. He further encouraged her by saying that Krishna has promised to carry her away without fail. Rukmani was so elated by the Brahmana's message that she wanted to give something in charity. Everything she possessed. However, finding not suitable for presentation, she simply offered him a respectful obeisance. Very important point. The significance of offering respectful obeisance to a superior is that one offers obeisances in obliged to the respected person. हम लोग क्यों दंडवत प्रणाम करते हैं? Because when we pay our obeisances to a senior devotee or to our Shiksha Guru or to our Diksha Guru or to any other senior Vaishnava, what does this mean? It is so valuable that we don't have we can't value that whatever we have received from them, we can't value it and give it back in value. So the only simplest thing we can offer is our meek obeisances. Rukmani implied that she could remain ever grateful to the Brahmana. When we are saying Dandavat Pranam, what does this mean? Or when we do a Dandavat Pranam, what does this mean? We are eternally having gratitude towards a person. Anyone who gets the favor of the goddess of fortune, as did the Brahmana, he is no doubt happy with material opulences. So what you get from the Brahmanas, what the Brahmana got from Rukmani was an obeisances. But mind you, Lakshmi Devi paying you obeisances, what else you want? Why? Because he served Krishna without any alternative motive. He didn't have any plan. मैं ये करूँगा, मुझे कितना पैसा मिलेगा? He didn't ask Rukmani Devi, how much money you will give me for sending, passing this letter to Krishna and then getting Krishna all the way from there to here. He didn't ask anything in return. Such person, Lakshmi Devi always blesses. But the most important point is 2 points. One is Krishna is the super soul. That's why he directs everything. Like for example, you miss the answer. That also courtesy goes to Krishna. If Krishna wants, he could have ignited that remembrance inside you. And if Krishna wants, that is why again and again I repeat this 15th chapter verse. Mata smritir jnanam aponam cha. What does this mean? From me comes remembrance, forgetfulness, and knowledge. What is very categorical in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvascha hridayam aham sannivishto. Matta smritir jnanam. The first line is Sarvascha hridayam aham sannivishto. I am situated in everyone's heart. So, क्लास के पहले हे भगवान, एग्जाम के पहले हे भगवान, कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, भगवान आपके साथ है. पे ओबेसिस, भगवान नहीं आ रहा है, प्लीज आप मदद करो, मेरा दिमाग नहीं चल रहा, आई एम ए बिग फूल. One who pays obeisance to the Lord, saying that I am the biggest fool in this world, he is the most intelligent person. Because he surrendered to Krishna. Krishna, you tell me. When one person is fully dependent on Krishna, Krishna helps. And the most second important point is, she had those auspicious signs, but she could only confirm the auspicious signs, like her body was trembling and all those things. But those auspicious signs could be only understood when Rukmani Devi saw the Brahmana. And what did he tell her? The second part of the question, what did he tell her? He told her that Krishna has arrived and Krishna has promised that he is going to take her away. That was very important, because if it was, as Samrat Prabhu says, if it was from the earlier chapter, Prabhu, there he doesn't say anything. The Brahmana doesn't say anything. He just listens to the message given by Rukmani Devi and he goes and delivers a little there. Okay, anyhow, this question goes for a duck. So let's hope. Third question. You open your innings. Anyhow, don't worry. Anyhow, you are there for the next match. You have a second match, so you don't have to fear for that from that point of view. And you have got one more day to prepare, so relax. Let's go to the third question for today evening, and the question is Sovereign and Dwarkadish Super Kings, and the question is what is the beginning of liberation from entanglement of material life? Explain. What is the beginning of liberation from the entanglement of material life? Explain. Your time starts now.
Vivan, are you taking the question or should I take?
No, you take it. I'll cover up a few minutes.
Okay. By Krishna's causeless mercy alone, only one can engage in the association of a pure devotee, can associate with a pure devotee. When one associates with a pure devotee,
you're doing good, fine, go ahead.
He starts, can you repeat the question?
What is the beginning of liberation from the entanglement of material life? Explain.
That's how liberation from material entanglement.
Prabhuji, I'll take it ahead now.
You don't have to take it ahead. She has answered correctly.
Okay.
Do I need to add in?
Why you want to waste your chance? If one, so over now you're finished. Can I take over, or you want to add something more?
Did I answer fully?
You have anything more to say? You can say. You still have got time, so if you want
by the association of pure devotees, one can build.
Okay, relax. You answered correctly. Relax. If one is somehow or the other favored by the Lord, you said mercy of the Lord. Okay, I am taking this causeless mercy. You said, and the answer in the book was favored by the Lord. Same, the meaning is the same. By your mercy alone, he is given the opportunity to associate with a pure devotee. You said that point also. And therefore, development of Krishna consciousness in association with a pure devotee is the cause of liberation from material entanglement. Full 2 points goes to Dwarkadish Super Kings. Well answered, Juhi. Well answered. But have confidence, huh? Don't by heart answers. Understand the answer and say. That's what I always request all of you all. Don't by heart. By hearting, by the end of the quiz, you will forget what you have studied. And I don't want you to forget. But when you read with understanding, it gets imbibed in your mind forever. You want to waste again some time in reading this book again? No. So use the same time rather than by hearting, imbibing it in your mind. That is more better. Okay. So the understanding what we should have in this is, when Lord favors, you know, there are two types of pious activities. Lord says, generally we know about the pious activities like feeding the poor, giving charity, or taking people to the hospital, giving free treatment, and all those type of so-called pious activities. Yes, they are good. But what does this pious activity lead to? This will lead you to heaven. This will not lead you to something superior. It will give you heaven. But when you do pious activities like Vaishnava Seva, like attending going to the temple, doing n number of these type of activities, holding the Krishna book, reading the Krishna book, then Krishna becomes favorable. And to such people, Krishna does a mercy. That is why we see in a house, one person comes into Krishna consciousness, some doesn't come. Very few lucky, merciful families are there where Krishna has given mercy to them, by which they are able to come into Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, they cannot come. So, it is Krishna's mercy by which you come into contact of a pure devotee. Here, you have to understand a pure devotee as a Shiksha Guru who starts guiding you into Krishna consciousness. So, the pure devotee, what does this mean? You come in contact with the Guru. तो भगवान का भक्ति करने से भगवान क्या देंगे? इसके लिए चैतन्य महाप्रभु कहते हैं ना, what is that shloka? Anybody remembers? Let me see. Anybody remembers? Seniors? Jigar, you can answer.
By the mercy of Krishna, you get a guru, and by
what is that verse? What is the shloka? Brahmand Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. This is called as Bhagyavan Jeev. ब्रह्मांड भ्रमित है, पूरा ब्रह्मांड में घूमने के बाद कौन है वो भाग्यवान जीव? ब्रह्मांड भ्रमित है, कौन भाग्यवान जीव? गुरु कृष्ण प्रसाद पाए भक्ति लता बीज। जिसको कृष्ण पाना है उसको गुरु मिलता है, और जिसको गुरु मिलता है, गुरु और कुछ नहीं दे सकता है। एक कलयुग के गुरु बहुत कुछ दे सकते हैं, बट एक असली गुरु आपको सिर्फ कृष्ण दे सकता है या भक्ति दे सकता है। तो गुरु कृष्ण प्रसाद पाए, भक्ति का एक लता जो है, क्रीपर जो है, उसका बीज मिलता है, बट उसको सींचना फिर उस व्यक्ति का काम होता है। So this is how you get liberated from the material pangs, and that is very important. So you first, this is the beginning. When is the beginning of liberation? The beginning of liberation starts when you come in contact with the pure devotee by the mercy of the Lord. ये दोनों चीज जरूरी है. Lord's mercy is also required, and you need an association of a pure devotee. So, Joey, is this answer clear to you now? You had by-hearted the answer, but now I want you to understand this answer. Okay, full 2 points goes to Vrindavan Royals. Dwarkadish Super Kings. And the next question to the team is question 4. And the question is, how did Krishna and his different queens display on earth an ideal household life? How did Krishna and his different queens display on this earth an ideal household life? And your time starts now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Please be merciful.
Yeah.
In the Hindi,
Prabhuji, कृष्ण भगवान ने सैकड़ों हजारों शादियां की थी।
सैकड़ों नहीं,
16,001।
हाँ।
वो तो उधर से की थी जो उन्होंने भौमासुर के यहाँ से 16,100 रानियों को निकाला था। इसके सिवा उन्होंने 5 और की थी, उसके सिवा उन्होंने और भी की थी। तो जब उनकी पत्नियां थी जो उनकी, वो कृष्ण भगवान के साथ अलग अलग महलों में रहती थी। भगवान ने अपने रूप का विस्तार किया था। ऐसा नहीं था कि वो एक ही महल में सबके साथ रहते थे, सबके अलग महल थे, सब कुछ सेम ऐश्वर्य था, सब कुछ दिया था उन्होंने। कृष्ण भगवान अपने घर में आते थे तो उनकी पत्नी पहले तो बहुत उत्साह से उनका स्वागत करती थी, फिर उनको आसन पे बिठाती थी, उसके बाद उनके पैरों को धोती थी, उनको तेल का लेप लगाती थी, उनको स्नान कराती थी, उनके बाल बनाती थी, पुष्पमाला पहनाती थी, फिर उनको अच्छी तरह खाना खिलाती थी। मतलब वो कोशिश करती थी कि बाहर से वो थके हुए आए हैं तो घर पर आके उनको पूरा आराम मिले। और इस तरीके से वो कृष्ण भगवान के उसके थ्रू ये बताना चाहते हैं कि वो दासियों थी, उनकी हजारों दासियां थी, पर वो दासियों से नहीं लेती थी, कृष्ण भगवान की सेवा खुद करती थी। इस प्रकार उन्होंने एक आदर्श गृहस्थ का उदाहरण दिया है।
वेरी गुड। और कुछ ऐड करना चाहते हैं? आपका आंसर 100% सही है, बट कुछ ऐड करना चाहेंगे आप? टाइम है आपके पास, इसके लिए पूछ रहा हूँ।
जैसे वो उनको जो मतलब आप सजाने का बोल सकते हैं, और उनकी जो सेवा करती थी, उनके पैर दबाती थी, और बता याद करती हूँ और भी क्या करती थी।
And also, although queens thought that Krishna is the only husband and he doesn't have any other wives, and she is the only
that's not what I'm looking out for. That's not what I'm looking out for. Vanrika Mataji is answering correctly, but she's
1 point you more. You want more?
I'll repeat the question. How did Krishna and his different queens display on the earth an ideal house?
I got. कृष्ण भगवान अपनी पत्नी के साथ जब आते थे तो जैसे पति पत्नी जो मानव जीवन में रहते हैं उनके साथ वार्तालाप करते थे, उनके साथ विनोद करते थे।
Okay. Full 2 points goes to Dwarkadish Super Kings. Yes, the answer is now complete and correct. Otherwise, it was incomplete. I asked the question very specifically. How did Krishna and his different queens display on the earth an ideal household life?
Yes.
In his dealing as a husband, Krishna and his queens would smile, talk, joke, embrace, and so on. And their conjugal relationship was ever increasing and developed. In this way, Krishna and his queens enjoyed transcendental happiness in a household life. Although each and every queen had thousands of maidservants engaged in her service, the queens were all personally attentive in serving Krishna. Those he had millions of thousands of maidservants each queen had, but they used to never engage them in the service. They engaged him in sitting him on a nice couch, worshipping him with all kinds of paraphernalia, washing his lotus feet with Ganga water, offering him betel nut and massaging his legs. They fanned him nicely and offered him fragrant essential floral oils, decorated him with flower garlands, dressed his hair, asked him to lie down and take rest, bathed him personally, and fed him palatable dishes. So now the answer is complete, Vanrika Mataji, and so you get full 2 points. You ate away the first half of the answer. So full 2 points goes to Dwarkadish Super Kings. Well answered. So 2 more questions. So let's see how much more they can cover up. And the next question for Dwarkadish Super Kings. Queen Kunti Devi, on meeting Krishna at Hastinapur, said, "Although you have bestowed a special favor on us, people should not mistakenly think that you are partial to some and inattentive to others." Explain with analogy. Your time starts now.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
Yes, ma'am.
जब हस्तिनापुर श्री कृष्ण भगवान गए, जब उनको पता लगा कि पांडव और कुंती अभी मतलब लाक्षागृह से बच गए हैं, तो उनने कुंती से मिले, तो कुंती ने जब भगवान को देखा तो कुंती ने उनसे बोला कि हे प्रभु, हम हमेशा से जानते थे, जब आपने अक्रूर जी को हमारे पास भेजा था तभी हम समझ गए थे, उनका भाई थे ना अक्रूर, तो उन्होंने बोला कि हम तभी समझ गए कि आपके ऊपर हमारी विशेष कृपा है, और जिसके ऊपर आपकी कृपा होती है उसका कभी भी नुकसान या कोई भी बुरा नहीं हो सकता। बहुत सारे लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं कि सब लोग भगवान का चिंतन करते हैं, सब लोग भगवान के बारे में सोचते हैं, भगवान उन्हीं की सहायता करता है, पर ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है। भगवान सबके लिए संभव है, पर जो उनकी किसी के शत्रु भी नहीं है, किसी के मित्र भी नहीं है, वो सबको संभव से देखते हैं। पर हाँ, ऐसा जरूर है कि अगर कोई उनका निरंतर चिंतन करता है तो भगवान थोड़ा उसकी ओर ज्यादा ध्यान देते हैं। और कुंती के लिए तो उनका व्यक्तिगत प्रेम था, और उसके लिए फिर भगवान ने बोला, और प्रभु जी क्या था, है ना लगी? मैं आगे कुंती ने फिर उनको बताया, उनको कृष्ण भगवान को, कि जो हम आपने जो हमारे साथ मतलब कुरु लोगों ने हमारे साथ जितना भी बुरा किया है, पर आपकी कृपा से हमारा कभी भी बुरा नहीं हुआ, ना कभी भी बुरा होगा। और इसके बाद फिर कुंती ने भगवान को बताया कि वो किसी से भी पक्षपात नहीं करते हैं, आप सबके लिए जो भी भक्त आपका चिंतन करता है आप उनकी रक्षा करते हैं।
वेरी गुड।
में जाके 2-3 लाइन और है प्रभु जी, क्या होता उसमें ये, और
कुछ एनालॉजी बताया है?
हाँ, एक एनालॉजी थी उसमें कि कृष्ण भगवान ने हाँ आ गए। तो जैसे एक माता होती है ना, वो अपने सबको प्यार करती है, पूरे बच्चों को, सब बच्चों को, पर जो बच्चा उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट होता है, ज्यादा डिपेंडेंट होता है, उसकी वो सबसे ज्यादा देखभाल करती है। इसलिए कृष्ण भगवान भी इसी तरीके के हैं, सबको करते हैं, पर जो उनके ऊपर ज्यादा उनका ज्यादा भक्ति करते हैं, उनके प्रति वो ज्यादा दयालु होते हैं।
Okay, Mataji, explain to me what is one we are saying on one side Lord is equal to all, and at the same time Lord पक्षपात नहीं करते हैं, but to his devotees he is more inclined. इसको explain कीजिए, the understanding of this.
प्रभु जी, भगवान कृष्ण भगवान सबके लिए संभव रखते हैं, जो उनकी पूजा करता है उनके लिए भी, जो उनकी पूजा नहीं करता उनके लिए भी, उनके लिए सब बराबर है।
हाँ, तो फिर भक्तों के साथ कैसे भेदभाव करते हैं?
तो भक्त भगवान का
भक्तों के साथ मतलब भेदभाव नहीं करते, बट भक्तों को बस कुछ एक्स्ट्रा देते हैं ना भक्तों को। करते हैं क्यों?
जो भक्त भगवान,
अगर कहते हैं भगवान सम है सबके साथ, बिकॉज एक सवाल एक माता जी ने मुझसे, जो उन्होंने भागवतम पढ़ लिया था, उन्होंने मुझे पूछा कि भाई मैंने भागवतम पढ़ा है, भागवतम एक चैप्टर का टाइटल ही है 7th कैंटो, तो मैं बोला मैं भी भागवतम पढ़ने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, आपने पढ़ लिया हो, मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ कि कैन यू एक्सप्लेन दिस? योर आंसर इज राइट, आई एम नॉट सेइंग योर आंसर इज नॉट रॉन्ग, यू आर गेटिंग फुल 2 पॉइंट्स फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन, बट आई वांट यू टू गिव मी अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि आपने जो सवाल बोला, जवाब जो दिया है इज परफेक्ट एज पर द बुक, बट आई वांट टू हैव द अंडरस्टैंडिंग फ्रॉम यू। आई वांट टू नो वेदर यू अंडरस्टूड द टॉपिक। यू गिविंग द आंसर राइट, फुल 2 पॉइंट्स दे दिया है मैंने, स्कोरर ने आपके नाम पे 2 पॉइंट्स लिख दिए हैं, बट अंडरस्टैंडिंग भी जानना चाहूंगा।
प्रभु जी, मेरे को भी थोड़ा सा यही समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि जो भक्ति नहीं करता उसको भी देते हैं, जो करता है उसको भी देते हैं, तो किसको ज्यादा देते हैं?
May I add?
No, you need not add. Yes, anybody else wants to add from Dwarkadish Super Kings?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, नहीं तो भक्ति का मतलब ये वैल्यू भी निकल जाएगा ना, भक्त को ज्यादा।
That's what I'm saying. 2 minutes before we are saying that Lord is equal to all. Then we are saying in the same next line. I'll read the answer for you all.
प्रभु जी, मेरे को याद आ गया, आ है तो की दया, भगवान
आ तो की दया, मतलब उसका समझे कैसे? मतलब अभी समझो द्रौपदी का वस्त्रण हो रहा है, तो क्यों द्रौपदी पे ही दया करें, क्यों ना दुशासन पे दया करें? बेचारा इतना साड़ी खींच के थक गया है।
ये बात तो
है ना? People are answering questions but without understanding. That is the tragedy. That is why I'm keeping this question open to all. Okay, Rajesh Rora Prabhu, now you may answer.
Lord reciprocates as per the level of surrender.
That is, anyhow we have said Lord is reciprocating towards devotees.
As per the level of surrender.
As per the level of surrender also. But when we are making a statement that Lord is equal to all, he is unequal, no?
No, as Mataji also said, unequal in the sense she gave the mother's example. The child who is more dependent on her, she will favor her more because she is as per the level of surrender. I mean,
your level of surrender means what? Let's say X surrenders 50%, Y surrenders 80%. So he will leave the 50% wala and give the blessing to the 80% wala.
No, he will give more to the 80% one.
80%. Let's do the 50%. No.
Yes, as per the level of surrender.
No, that is not the understanding we all get from this.
प्रभु जी एक बार एक चैप्टर में हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था कि हम भले भौतिकवादी हैं, हम भगवान की नहीं करते, पर भगवान तो भी उनकी हेतु की दया के कारण हमारे को अपनी
No. You understand this point very clearly. What is you are saying is a theoretical answer जो रट्टा मार के आप बता रहे हैं, but इस चीज को समझिए आप लोग सब. This is open for both the teams. When one doesn't surrender to Lord, then the law of karma is working. हम देखते हैं एक एथिस्ट है, एक बहुत बुरा व्यक्ति है, उसके साथ भी भगवान उसको ब्रह्मार दे रहे हैं, उसको पैसे दे रहा है, उसको नेम, फेम, रिकग्निशन, ऑपुलेंस सब दे रहे हैं. यहाँ पे लेवल ऑफ सरेंडर का बात ही नहीं आ रहा है, वो सरेंडर्ड ही नहीं है. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड that you are not surrendered. It's no question of no surrender. Half and full का बात ही नहीं है. That person is not knowing whose God is, but still Lord is working, helping him, or rather Lord is blessing him. Why? Because the law of karma is working that time. That time these things are not working. Blessings and devotion and all is not at all involved. What does this mean? Lord is equal to all. Please understand, everyone. Lord says, even if you are an asura, Prahlad Maharaj was born in an Asura Kul. But the minute you surrender, I accept. I do not say Asur Kul का व्यक्ति को मैं नहीं लूंगा, मैं सिर्फ इसको ही लूंगा. Are you getting the point? मैं एक डिवोटी व्यक्ति, एक असुर कुल को भी free will दिया गया है to become a bhakta. That is what we see. Jigar Prabhu, are you getting this point? Very important point, and this understanding has to be clear. 99% of the people don't have this understanding. But just come and argue. I have studied the Bhagavatam. I know, I have read. And they show me the Bhagavatam chapter also. That's a tragedy. The point is, Lord says, I'm equal to all. Means equal opportunity to all to surrender to me. If not, don't worry. I will not punish you. The law of karma is working. If you have done good karmas, you will be entitled for all the opulence, all the money, all the wealth, blah, blah, blah. Whatever we materialistic think what is good. Otherwise, when you don't, if you want to bypass the law of karma, then you have to become a devotee. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam charanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo. That means what? मेरे पाप तो मैंने ही बनाए ना, मैंने कमाए ना मेरे पाप. किसी और के पाप तो मेरे अकाउंट में डाले नहीं है भगवान ने, मेरे ही पाप हैं. But those पाप will be cleared. So I can bypass the law of karma only by surrendering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is this answer clear to everyone? Is this understanding clear to everyone? समृत प्रभु, वनरेखा माता जी, आप लोगों का आंसर क्लियर समझ में आया क्या? पॉइंट्स तो मैंने आपको 2 पॉइंट्स दे दिए हैं, मगर समझ आपकी क्लियर नहीं थी. I want you all to understand this. This what you are saying is, surrender as per partial surrender. I am saying an atheist who doesn't know who is God, even he is blessed by Lord. So what does that mean? That is law of karma is working. If you want to bypass the law of karma, means what? Lord is equal to all. If you surrender or whether you don't surrender, बारिश तो गिरने वाली है. भी अपने एक स्टेट ले लीजिए, एक देश ले लीजिए, उसमें एक असुर टाइप के लोग हैं, एक एथिस्ट टाइप के लोग हैं, फिर भी बारिश तो गिर रही है उस देश में. तो व्हाट इज लॉर्ड सेइंग? आई एम गिविंग इक्वल. ऐसे नहीं, हाँ भक्त है उसके घर पे पानी गिराऊंगा, जो अभक्त है उसके घर पे पानी नहीं गिराऊंगा. भगवान वो नहीं कह रहे हैं. मैं दोनों को पानी गिराता हूँ, दोनों को पानी देता हूँ. अभी कोरोना आएगा, कोरोना काल में भक्तों को भी तकलीफ है, अभक्तों को भी तकलीफ है. देयर इज नो डिस्टिंक्शन. नहीं भक्त है, नहीं तू भक्त है, तुझे नहीं होगा. मुझे भी कोरोना हुआ था. Even I was down with fever for 12 days. So this is he is saying I am equal to all. But then if you want to transcend the law of karma, which is working flat, then you have to surrender. Very important understanding. You all should get this understanding very clearly. Okay, full 2 points goes to Dwarkadish Super Kings, and Vanreka Mataji has answered both the questions perfectly well. So full 2 points goes to Vanreka Mataji. And the next last question for today evening. The first semi-finals match and the last question for today evening for Dwarkadish is why did Krishna tell Rukmani, my dear honored wife, although I have thousands of wives, I do not think that any one of them can love me more than you. I have thousands of wives. I do not think any one of them can love me more than you. Krishna is telling Rukmani, why? Your time starts now. Yes.
Ankita Mataji, are you saying?
Mataji, आपको
I will say Hare Krishna. So Krishna was very much indebted, looking at Rukmani ji's love for him, and he was like, in spite of she was not knowing Krishna, and she was by hearing from third person, she married to him. She wanted to marry him, and when even when her while she was kidnapped. She was being kidnapped. Krishna was mercilessly. Rukmini ji's brother was mercilessly beaten and disfigured. And after that, when Aniruddha's marriage, Balrama had killed Rukmini ji's brother. And in spite of all this, she did not utter even in protest. She did not utter even a word against this, and she was always in she was so much in anxiety of getting separated from him that she never protested anything, and she kept in her heart. And when she was being when Krishna didn't come to kidnap her on time, she felt that her world was vacant, and she thought of committing suicide. And it was only her Krishna was the only person she loved, and she didn't marry any person of royal family, however he was qualified, learned, anything, but she chose Krishna as her husband.
Anything more to add, or should I close the answer?
And Krishna says that my devotees.
No, don't add just because I have asked, because I have to finally say. बाद में आप लोग बोलेंगे, Prabhuji, I was to say you are close the answer. That's why, to be on the safer side, I am asking this question. Notice.
So Krishna says, my devotee, even they don't ask for anything. My devotees, even if they don't ask for any
Mataji, please don't tell me the whole chapter. Please tell me the answer. Okay, I know very well that you have studied the chapter very well, but I want the answer. I don't want the whole chapter.
This is it.
Okay, let's increase the tension a little more. Let me read the answer first, and then we will see whether she gets the point.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
And now, Mataji, it's over. Now the answer is locked. As a result of the fighting, I defeated Rukmi mercilessly and disfigured his body. At the time of Aniruddha's marriage, when we were all playing chess, there was another fight with your brother Rukmi on a controversial verbal point, and my elder brother Balrama finally killed him. I was surprised to see that you did not utter a word in protest, even a word in protest on that incident. Because of your great anxiety that you might be separated from me, you suffered all the consequences without speaking even a word. As a result of this great silence, my dear wife, you have purchased me for all times. I have become eternally under your control. You sent your messenger to invite me to kidnap you. When you found that there was a little delay in my arriving at the spot, you saw the whole world as vacant. At that time, you concluded that your beautiful body is not fit to be touched by anyone else. Therefore, thinking in that way, I was not coming, you decided to commit suicide immediately and end this body. So how many points can I give you, Mataji? Okay, 2 points given to you. Full 2 points goes to Dwarkadish Super Kings. Well answered, and the answer is correct. So these were the points which Krishna mentioned to Rukmani when after the whole fight was over, that you have really purchased me because you did not protest, because you were afraid of getting separated from me. So that is why you did not protest, and you knew very well that your husband, whatever he is doing, is correct. This is the understanding which acharyas say, that this total surrender a wife should have on her husband. In today's date, I think it's not possible. So let's not further debate on this topic. And we go to the final scores. What is the final score for today's match?
Dwarkadish has scored 8. Therefore, Vrindavan Royals win the match.
Oh, very good. So at least I'm not, I don't have to use the tiebreaker questions now. So that's a big relief to me. As it is, it's 8:25. So very nice that Vrindavan Royals have won, and so they have gone and qualified to the finals. So now anyhow, Dwarkadish Super Kings have one more chance, and they have the match on Friday. On Saturday they will have a match, which they will be playing against the winner of tomorrow's match. Tomorrow is a match against Jagannath Warriors versus Narsingha Daredevils. So the winner of that team will be playing with Dwarkadish Super King, who has lost today's match, but nevertheless they still have one more chance to enter into the finals. So with this note, I would like to bid a final bye-bye to all our viewers. But we will be posting a couple of questions on the Facebook for those who are regularly following us, and it will be put by today, by tomorrow night by 5 o'clock. It will be put tomorrow evening by 5 o'clock. It will be put, and you will be given 24 hours to put your answers on Facebook or on replying it on our Instagram page also. So with this note, I'll bid you all a very farewell. Thank you very much, and see you all tomorrow on the next semi-finals tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Hare Krishna.